Hi everyone, it's me Cheryl. I hope you're all alright. I know it's been a while, hasn't it? I think a month, something like that. That's okay, at least I've actually finished things to show you. Where am I going to start? My socks. I finished my socks. Did I say I was working on them last time? I know I showed you CJ's socks. Okay. So then I made my socks out of a different yarn, and this time I worked cuff down. And here they are. I didn't do pattern match. I could have, I suppose. I could have, I suppose. I just trying to think of where the pattern matching actually occurs. More likely there, I think. So I guess that's near enough a line up, I suppose. But I didn't. I just wanted to get on with it straight away. So they didn't take too long. I can't remember. It wasn't that long at all. And I've also started and finished my husband's socks. Now he's lucky. I didn't pick this yarn. I ordered it online. Somebody picked it for me, which means I think if I was picking it myself, I would have looked at where, you know, in a yarns like that where there's colour gradients. I would have made sure the colours were the same on the outside of the ball, or near enough. And my husband felt lucky because his socks, again another pair of cuff down, are the same, except for I would just say the toe is just a little bit, you can see it's more orange there and it's more orange fleck there, but the rest of it is remarkably the same. Oh no, I've changed my mind. I've just seen a bit where it isn't really the same. It's more obvious in the camera lens where I'm on about this bit here. Yeah, it doesn't look as flecky there, but apart from that, you wouldn't be able to tell. And I love this yarn. It's Drops Delight, and I can't remember what colourway it is. I think it's just a number. It reminds me of fire. Like the browns are more like the wood, and the black is what colour it turns afterwards. I know you should have grey in there as well, but be okay. This is more like the fading embers, and this is like the roaring fire. And that's, the red is just like when it's really hot in places. You can see the red underneath the fire. It's fantastic. They smell nice. I actually remembered to block these ones, but I haven't blocked mine yet. Definitely haven't. No. I need to do that. I want that smell on there. It smells nice. It's the Eucalan, which is Eucalan Rapture. It's very nice. Beautiful, delicate smell. Well, I've actually started another pair of socks. Oh, there it is. It's outside the bag. My younger son's socks, and that's as far as I've got so far. Yeah, no, there's 2 stitch markers here. It's because he likes his so far up his calf, I'm going to have to do decreases on the way down, and I just want to know where to decrease, and that's all they are for. So when I've done the second decrease in a few rounds time, I'll remove these. I won't need them anymore. But that's what his is looking like. And he's unlucky like me. His yarn does not, it's definitely not going to match unless I actually deliberately match it. I'm not even sure whether I want to. But anyway, I did it for CJ's. I was so keen to do it for CJ's, but not for mine or my younger son's. I just don't want to. I have no desire. It's really weird, isn't it? Oh well, never mind. Okay, I have been sorting out this room for a while when my youngest son was here, and then it stopped. So things are starting to wander out again, so I need to get to it. But while I was doing so, I came across this hat in progress. And it was crocheted, but I can't for the life of me remember the pattern. All I saw was the yarn, well, a partial hat, and a stitch marker. I thought, oh, what am I going to do with that? Oh, I know, I'll just frog it. And I thought, that yarn isn't really froggable, is it? But actually, I didn't do too bad. I frogged it down to, you know, if you crochet a hat from the crown outwards, I would say the very first row when you're doing all your like crochets into the ring, that's as far as I got with the yarn. So I salvaged quite a lot of it, and here it is. I decided to put it on the loom instead and make a loom hat, and it looks really nice. And somebody's already admired it, so I think, since I know where she lives, it's going to go and get her. She's going to go and get it for Christmas. My younger son's girlfriend. So yeah, just a regular loom knit hat. Looks really nice, and that yarn is called, it's Stylecraft Signature Chunky, and that was the price of each ball. There was 2 of them. So it's nice to just actually finish something and have an idea of where it's going to go, so that's good. You may remember this hat. I think I was working on it, wasn't I? Yeah, I think I was working on it and I hadn't finished it, and there's the pattern, by the way. It came in a kit. It's knit flat. It's just a 2x2 rib, and I thought, oh, I don't want to do knit it flat. I want to knit it in the round. And as I was working on it, I thought, actually, it's not a good idea knitting this in the round, because of all the associated problems with connecting yarn from one round to the next in the jogs. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that, because that stands out as not as neat as the rest of the ribs. But I've got some yarn left over except the grey. However, I've got other yarn that could replace it, and I may knit another one. But this time I think I would actually knit it in the flat, but I wouldn't do knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2. I would just shove them along a bit, because yeah, my concern was sewing it up and it not being neat. So I thought, okay, why don't I just do knit 1, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, and at the end it'll be knit 1, and then I can use the knit ones together and do a mattress stitch all the way up. That's the plan when I get around to it, but that's the plan. It might be better, but it'll be almost the same depending on how much yarn's left. If I run out of yarn, some of these colours won't match, but it doesn't matter. Who cares? It's just using up yarn, isn't it? Progress on the mitre square blanket. So it's, each square measures about 3.5 inches because it's quite thin yarn. Here it is. I'm on the second skein. That's going to fall off. So because each square measures 3.5 inches, I've done 8 squares in length. So I've done 3 of those lengths so far, as you can see. Now, is that the front or the back? Yeah, you're looking at the front, that's fine. So it goes like that. It's only a baby blanket. And I've done 1, 2, 3. I'm working on the 4th square, as you can see. The 4th square of the 4th strip. And it's a join as you go, basically. You have to cast on again at the bottom end, and then you do each individual square. You pick up stitches along one side of the square, pick up stitches along another side of another square, and that's how you do it, with the decreases in the centre. So it's going to be an 8 by 8 blanket, 8 squares by 8 squares, not 8 inches by 8 inches, but 8 squares by 8 squares. Then I'm going to, because each edge stitch has been slipped, all the way around I'm going to be picking up stitches one side at a time, pick up stitches along one side, knit, garter stitch a few rows, about 3 I think, then start on another one, and of course I'm going to slip the stitches at the edge of those garter rows so I can use them. So say for example, if I do this row and then I'll have like the slip stitches of the garter edge, when I come to pick up these I can pick up the edges of that garter edge. Yeah, so that's the plan. I don't even know whether that's actually part of the pattern. I've just followed the pattern as per the squares As for the rest of it, I'm making it up as I go along, I think. Or maybe it's just the logical thing to do. And I've just hit the nail on the head. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. I'm about to start replying to a letter that my aunt sent me a few weeks ago. I got it a few weeks ago. I wrote to her in January and I told her, towards the end of January, and I told her about the plastic canvas portrait I made for my mum. And the email wouldn't go through. I think because I attached some photos of the actual Dad's photo edited, as in turned black and white and cropped, and the background taken out. The plastic canvas portrait close up, because you can see all the stitch details, and the plastic canvas portrait from a distance where the image really comes into its own. It's very clear. The further you are from it, the clearer it is. Yeah. So basically I was sending her them and it wouldn't go through, so I decided, just sort of print it out and I post it instead. And she got it, and although she does embroidery, does she do cross stitch as well? Or I think she just does embroidery, but still, nevertheless, there's a lot of overlaps. I thought she'd realise what plastic canvas was, and I don't think she knows, because she said, "Oh, that's lovely of you to make a cushion for your mum," and I thought, I didn't make a cushion for my mum, where did she get that from? So I pulled up the file on the computer and I had a look. There's no word of a cushion in there at all. But where's she got a cushion from? Maybe she just assumes it was a cushion. I don't know, I'm sure. I did say plastic canvas portrait. How strange. Then I looked at the images, and the distance image, well, both of them actually, I propped it up on top of a cushion, the side of a cushion, which is on top of the sofa, just so I could have something to prop it up on, rather than having somebody stand there and hold something and then you see the fingers on it. Yeah? And I think that's where she got the idea of a cushion from, and assumed it was a cushion cover, and it isn't. So I thought, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll make her a plastic canvas bookmark and tell her what plastic canvas is, and also maybe send her a sample of plastic canvas. So there's the bookmark I've made. I downloaded this pattern, Leisure Arts I think it is, and it's called Bright Bookmarks. I think there's 5 of them. I'm going to do all of them. So I did that one. So I thought that'd be nice to send her. It's something small, postable, cheap to post, practical, you know. It's very nice. The yarns I got for this is all the yarns I got from the same place, Wool Warehouse, as I got my dad's 5 shades for his plastic canvas portrait. I got white, black, and 3 different shades of grey, and it's Drops Nepal. It's really good for plastic canvas, I think, in my opinion. It just seemed to work well. It was nice worsted weight yarn. And I have made another bookmark as well, but I can't show you it in case my friend sees it. I decided I think I'll send her it for Christmas, but I will describe it, but not the colours. It's 2 colours, and the colours are in blocks, alternating colours of blocks, okay? And there's tassels, which include both colours. That's as much as I'm saying. If I were to tell you the theme, you'd guess what it is, which is fine for you guys, but if my friend happens to see this video, she'll know, and it will spoil the surprise. And I don't want to do that, so just take it from me. I mean, what I can do anyways, I'll take a photo of it and I'll show you it maybe after Christmas. Remember to include it. So note to self, include that bookmark of my friend, for my friend, in a video after Christmas. Sorry guys, but you're going to have to wait. But anyway, I think you can visualise 2 colours and tassels, can't you? So, okay, there is one more thing I want to show you. I was going to show you it last video, but I hadn't blocked it, and then it took me 7 more weeks to block it. But actually, I finished this the end of May. Actually, no, I finished it. Sort of finished it. Didn't realise I'd actually gone beyond earlier than that. And do you remember that shawl I was working on? Lazy Waves Shawlette by Dedry Ace. And I just left it in the dining room, at one side of the dining table, and I would work on it when CJ started to take a long time over his meal. So I would just do a couple of rows. No, I wouldn't do a couple of rows because it started really long and then I ended up doing a couple of rows the shorter it got. And then, because I only worked on a short space of time, I was working on this and I thought, these stitches don't make sense. It's not that they weren't making sense because I had them all stitch marked, so they were correct, but it was the stitch count that was out or something. I thought, I should have some more stitches here, hang on a minute, what's going on? And then of course he'd finished and then we moved on, and I left it for ages. And then my youngest son was due home at the very end of May, and I thought I really must get that shawl finished and moved out of the way so he's got somewhere to sit and eat with us while he's here. So I sat down and concentrated on it, and I thought, oh, you daft bat, you've gone too far. You're only supposed to go so far. No wonder the stitches started to go funny. But that was the bottom edge I was talking about. I didn't realise I'd actually finished, and then I went 2 rounds beyond, so I had to frog it a little bit. And then it stayed there for ages until the other day when I finally blocked it. So here it is. And I'm glad I blocked it because all the colours were bunched up. So that's basically the pattern. You can see the edges where I've been going to the back of the loops. Okay, and that's how long it is, both sides. It's quite long. And it's made out of it's sock yarn, I think. Sock yarn or 4-ply, what we call 4-ply, or fingering weight, whichever. But use a large hook to make a lacy effect. I think it was a 4mm hook. And this is what it looks like from the back. So you don't have like the ridges. What was that? The bookmark. And that smells nice as well because I soaked it in that Eucalan Rapture. That's it. So this has ended up really nice, and I need to photo it, and what I'm going to do is on Instagram I'm going to tag Dedry in it. There you go, how's that? Very nice, eh? So that's actually, I like the way that lays. I like the long and thin ones. Because sometimes if there's a lot of bulk in the centre, then you've got nothing to wrap around your neck and just, do you know what I mean? So I quite like that. Might look for some more like that. But I can also see what actually a gradient yarn would be much better with this, and like I said from the beginning, I think I picked the wrong yarn for it. I picked a sock blank, which was essentially this like a purpley colour here, and then the rest of it was like splodges all over it, and I was just drawn to it because of all the colours, and they were gorgeous, and it is gorgeous. But I think I just used the wrong yarn for the project, that's all. But then again, it's interesting, isn't it? It's got a lot of, the colours give it texture as well as the stitches. But really, yeah, a gradient yarn I think would have been better, because all the ones that the other ladies chose, which had gradients in them, they did actually look really, really nice. So, yeah, I like that. That's turned out lovely, really. Okay. I need to consult with my list. One moment, please. Yes, 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 yes. That's it. We're all done and dusted. So, what are you guys working on? I forgot what I was going to say. So, what I'm going to do, hopefully next video I will have another pair of socks to show you. I do have also planned what I was going to make my mother-in-law for Christmas last year. I've now actually got the yarn for it. I thought I had the yarn for it, but when she said something about the colour, I thought she didn't know the colour. She just, I was talking to her about colours to go with certain coats she wears. And so she mentioned the colour. I thought, okay, I'll just look around for that colour. And I've got the colour, and I just need to do it. And it won't be long. Won't be long before I finish that. Right, I think that's everything so far, and it's been really nice talking with you, and hope to speak with you again soon. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.